Raise your hand if you know you royalty. They can't stand you.
Hey there, welcome to Sofa Talk with Nono. I'm going to be talking about various topics on my channel. Today I have Charity BYGRAVES with me, who's going to be talking about life coaching. Hi, Charity.
Hi, Nono. Thank you so much for inviting me today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us, what is life coaching?
So life coaching, in simple terms, I like to say that it's helping people that want to achieve certain goals or achievements in their life, and then because they have these goals that they want to achieve, and they need somebody to push them. So I'm there to sort of like be a push, because in school you have a teacher, at work you have a manager, and in life you have no one.
Life coach. Wow. That sounds good. What made you think about that path, Charity?
What made me think about coaching is I was looking for coaching for myself, really. I started like looking into personal development. I started reading personal development books, started watching personal development videos, and just listening to various leaders. And in me being coached by them and finding my own personal coach, I thought, wow, this is so good, because it changed my life, like literally changed the way that I thought about myself, changed the way that I looked at myself. And I thought, everybody needs this, and so.
But you were reading, weren't you? You were not. You didn't have like one-on-one.
No, I had one-on-one coach.
You?
I had one-on-one coaching, and then I went to seminars as well, and they're quite expensive, so I paid for seminars. I did Tony. I don't know if you've heard of Tony Robbins. I went for Tony Robbins course that I did, transformational life coaching. So I did that course. And just went to different seminars and had a personal coach as well. And still do have a personal coach.
Wow. Can you tell me maybe a few success stories on a few people that you've given some
a few people that I've coached. I have like 4 women that I've coached so far. I think even more than that. And I feel that working with them has helped them transform their thinking, and even just move from, like I said, one position to the next. Because like I said, that in life you have teachers and you have managers, but you don't really have someone that can push you. If you're having a bad day, for example, you can pick up the phone and speak to your coach. And if you haven't completed a goal, and you feel like, oh, I'm going to fall back because, I haven't done it. When your coach calls you the next week and says, how far have you done? It sort of gives you momentum to keep moving on. And the difference between like a coach and a counselor, for example, a therapist, is that sometimes counselors or therapists tell you what to do, but coaches don't really tell you what to do. They ask you questions, and then from there, you
start to ask yourself those questions. You
start answering the questions yourself. So it's not like I'm saying, go and do this, but I'm saying, okay, what do you think about doing this?
It's almost like having a parent talking to you. Because I know, because I've got children, and they sometimes come and ask me, oh, Mom, what are we going to do with this? And then I ask them, for them to actually think for themselves. I ask them, what do you think? And I think I should have called you when I was going through uni, and had a life coach for myself.
It's like, for example, if you set a goal that you want to lose weight, right? And you know how we all fall off, we all just like fall off. But if you have someone that's going to ask you, oh, so what have you done today? And then actually today I ate chicken and I was supposed to eat this, and then they're like, okay, so what do you think you can do next time? Instead of eating chicken, why don't you put a salad in there?
Oh, gosh.
Instead of doing this, why,
Strength of mind.
Exactly. So it's just giving you a different perspective, and it's your own perspective. It's like you're saying it. And what I always say as well is that when you're saying something, it makes more sense when it comes out. Rather than thinking it.
So what you're doing is you're actually sharpening other people Life coaching is sharpening. Somebody, so you're like a sharpener, and they're like the pencil.
Exactly.
So you've got it in you. You've got that writing tip in you. But you just got to be, deeper,
it's like
dig deeper.
Yeah, digging deeper, like drawing out the person, drawing out their inner self, like their purpose, you know? I've always been like this before, even when I was younger. I always like draw things from people, you know? And now it makes more sense because I'm like, oh, actually, this is what I've always done.
I've watched you, girl. You know, even when you were talking now about, weight loss and stuff like that, you've done so well. I've seen, and so it's your strength, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was.
That's what I'm saying. That when I was at uni, I should have contacted you to be my life coach. But I mean, a lot of people out there don't know that they can get this kind of, whether it's help or sharpening, when they need that push, to do some stuff and they don't have any answers. Like at uni, you can't go to a lecturer for everything like that. You know what I mean? He just wants results. He or she just wants results. So what would you say to them?
The funny thing is, when I was at university in 2012, that was a long time, we had like a personal development class. It was, I don't know if it was like an extra thing that you had to take, but I took it anyway. And that's where I like learned about loads of coaches. In that personal development class, they were sort of like coaching you or teaching you how to coach yourself, basically, because we did like goal setting in that class. We wrote about sort of like putting our goals together and vision and purpose and everything. And then I didn't think about it, but now I'm like, oh, that class.
It helped.
Because in that class I read Brian Tracy's book on goal setting. And now I watch Brian Tracy and I'm like, hey, I read your book. Like years back. So now it makes more sense when I'm putting it into my own coaching business. So when I'm if I say to someone, why don't you look at this book by Brian Tracy, and it's got like all the goal setting, and it's very good. He's such a good teacher on goal setting. So
But speaking of books, Charity, you've written a book.
Yes, I have.
Or two?
Just one. Just one book.
Is another one on the way?
Hope, the book that I wrote was actually not the book that I wanted to write. I had a book that I'm working on. I have a book that I'm working on. But then it's like the Lord gave me another concept of writing a different book. So that's the one that I end up writing, but I still have one that is waiting, and it's called While I'm Waiting.
While you're waiting. Okay. What's that one about? Is it about life coaching as well, or is something totally different?
No, it is about life coaching, and it's about personal life as well. And what you do while you're waiting, what you do when you're waiting for a miracle to happen in your life. What do you do when you're waiting for that career that you've been waiting for so long? What do you do when you're waiting for that marriage, that you've been waiting for so long? What do you do while you're waiting? And in waiting, you develop yourself. Because I think we're talking before with Liz that sometimes parents make you feel like, oh, you just have to get married, or you have to do this and you do that. But what about you? What about your mind? What about your personal development? And while you're waiting, you can be developing yourself, knowing who you are. I was talking to my coach yesterday, and he said that you yourself, you're not like meant for children. You're not meant for husband. You're meant for you, because happiness is drawn from within.
You can't give what you don't have.
Exactly, and that's exactly what he said. You can't give what you don't have. You have your husband. You don't expect him to be making you happy every day. Because there's days that he's not happy. So you need to be content in yourself. You need to be happy in yourself, and you need to be able to do fun things without him or with him, or he needs to be able to do fun things without you. Come here, but I'm not happy. I'm so bored. Come back, and he can go and watch football with his friends. He can go, those kind of things. So while you're waiting, you develop yourself. You make you better. You do things
so that you're better for him.
Exactly.
Or is better for you.
Right. Yeah. And better for the kids. Because, the one a happy mother. The one a mother that's going to look after them. A mother that's 100% in herself. Yeah. Instead of you just trying to depend. Because sometimes we depend on our children. We depend on our husbands. We depend on our friends to make us happy. But they can't make us happy. And, the other illustration that I had is like when you're drawing water from the well, when you're depending on people that can make you happy, so you take a bucket which has holes in it and you're drawing, and then it comes out and there's no water. Because you're drawing with an empty, with a bucket that's got holes. And as well, you're drawing from empty people because the people that you're drawing from cannot give you.
They can't give.
They
don't have anything
And
inside.
if you're not full in yourself, you can't pour into people. So it's very important for us to develop ourselves. It's very important for us to just know who we are, know our purpose. What is your purpose? Why did God create you? Why are you here? You need to know these things.
Yeah. Of course, we have spoken about your book now. I wanted to find out from you, what would you say to couples? I mean, would you be able to life coach couples within their marriages? Because I know that earlier you touched on, a woman knowing how to fulfill herself in the absence of her husband, knowing who she is, and a man also knowing how to fulfill himself in the absence of the wife. Is this something that you do as well?
Yeah, it is something that I do because I also work with a male coach, which I feel like it's better for male to speak to a male coach, and then I speak to the women. But if it's in a setting of a marriage, for example, that's something that I can do as long as they're comfortable to do it and I'm comfortable, and that's fine. We can do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we've come to the end of our show, Sofa Talk with Nono. If you're interested in listening to what Charity has to say, we are going to continue this topic at another time. You can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. If you've got any other topics you wish for us to touch on the topic that Charity was saying or something else, just get in touch with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
Raise your hand if you know you royalty. They can't stand you cause you royalty. They can't break you cause you quality.